Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a little mod showcase for the little mod called Knox County. So basically, Knox County, a little mod that was thrown together, has two other parts that gives quests as well as traders. So you have people you can find that you can talk to and trade with and do quests for and things like that. So we're here at the first location, and we'll pull this up real quick. So we are currently here, and I believe this is. Hold on. Let's do this. There we go. We are here in Rosewood. And if you look right here, we are right here at the corner of South Main Street, North Main Street here in this little blue community building. And you can see here that we do have some NPCs in here that we can talk to. You will see that some people have white above their head and somebody has yellow. So yellow means that that is the main person you want to speak to. That is going to be the kind of quest giver and things like that. They will sell supplies. You can look in here, you'll see that they have different things that you can buy from them. It tells you the quantity, how much it costs, how much I believe merchant items, the 16,000 is how much everything costs altogether. On this side, you have, what you're currently carrying and how much it costs, available money, how long till the next stock when they restock things, your reputations and benefits and activity and things like that. So, they buy goods accepted by Denise Carter and they sell goods offered by Denise Carter. Then if you come down here, you will see the quests. Here you will see that there are different types of quests. You have extermination, courier, exploration, delivery. Some quests will have time limits. Now, I do know from talking to the developer that you will eventually get higher tier stuff, which will be harder quests to do, and they will have time limits themselves. Tier 1, the only ones at tier 1 that I found that have uh, timer is elimination. So you're like, well, what do you mean? Because this is extermination and you have elimination. Aren't they the same thing? Well, they're considered two different things. That way, if you don't want to deal with the timer, you can just do this instead. So, that being said, the other thing is when you find your first group and you talk to them, they will talk to you about something called a tracking device. I actually already had this. I recorded this series once, and there's some issues that had to be sorted out. The mod developer is very, very quick to fix any bugs that pop up. So there is a Discord that I will link in the description to the video, so that way you guys can go hopefully join the Discord. But if we look here, we have the ability to open the tracker, and you will see here that we have player location, waypoints, active missions, known NPCs. So I have visited most of the groups previously, so they're all listed here, so I could track if I wanted to where somebody is. So say we can track Denise. It shows she's to the north 4 tiles, and then if we get closer, it goes there. So this is something very handy to have. If I remember correctly, I believe it's $500 to buy it from them once you talk to them about it to figure out what it is. Whoops, sorry, wrong button. The other thing is that is also very handy. If you hit the L key on your keyboard, you will get the book that comes with this. So here you'll see how long you survived for, your total distance traveled today, what kills you today, altogether, missions you've done, notes, documents, factions, NPCs, and lore and things like that. So if you click on missions, you'll see here if you have any current missions, it'll show you. You can look at the objectives and rewards. History, you can see any quests that you've done. So I've done this quest, and it tells you who it was given by, if there was a time limit, when you accepted it, what the description is, and then you can click objective/rewards, and it tells you, hey, you had to deliver a letter to this person. They were 13 miles or tiles away from this person, and you selected to go with the money option, and you gain some reputation, some vacuum reputation, and then option items plus money, a holster times 1 plus 50, which was the I keep hitting escape wanting to close that menu. So if we go talk to Denise real quick, we'll just pick up a quest just so you can kind of see how it works. So this is also a delivery. We'll accept that, and then we'll close. So then again, if you hit L and bring it up, you will see that my current mission is a battery bank. So now This requested address addresses a specific and immediate shortage. The requested supplies will be inspected on delivery and assigned where they are most urgently needed. And then we have the option once we complete it uh, to get money, or we can get some items, money plus battery times 2. So you can choose. You get 17 faction reputation and 42 NPC reputation. Um, but we need to deliver 6 electrical wires, we need to deliver 9 batteries, and we need to deliver 3 flashlights, which is super handy. Documents, I'm not really sure what goes in here. Maybe something you find along the way. Notes, if you want, you can make your own notes and things like that if you want, of like who sells where and what you kind of want. Lore, you can go in here and read the lore about the different factions in here currently. Known NPCs with what faction, it will show you if you've kind of seen them. NPCs so far that you have found, these are not all the NPCs. I have not talked to all the NPCs, but they'll tell you, obviously, in here the faction, your reputation, and then the cap. So in here, you will see that it says dollar and then Q and dollar. So the dollar sign is people that you can talk to that just sell things. They don't give you quests. And then here you'll see that they have Q, which is also a quest giver, meaning that when you talk to these people, it will give you quests. You can hit locate NPC, and then it will pop up here and tell you, hey, there are 3,451 tiles to the north. The other thing you can do, which is very handy, here you will see you can set waypoints on the map here. Now, this map is what you explore on here. Since I cheated and discovered the entire map for us to be able to see things easier, I do not have the entire map explored on here. So that's okay. So, gotta stop the escape. So if you come and look, we'll come over here and say you're like, well, I don't want to put marks on my main map because it's going to be too much. You can put them in here. You can hit new and you can say, hey, faction base 1 if you want. You can put whatever symbol you want. You can sit here and change the color to anything you want. You can change the size of it so it's easier to see on the little map there. I do 2 times just to help me see. Show on map, show label on map, and then we can also select if we want it to be deleted when you're within 4 tiles. Save it, so now you'll see, right here, when you zoom out, you can still see it pretty far away, but then you'll know, hey, there's a faction base here, and stuff like that. On here, it's also on the big map because I asked it to be. You can choose it not to be if you don't want to, that's fine. But now you'll know where that is. So we are going to go teleport real quick to the next group. And let me get the settings here. So 6471 and 5271. You're going to teleport. And here you will see. Was that a... No, it wasn't. There is Aaron Patel in here. And there is... I don't remember if there was other people in here anywhere. I think I was looking, I didn't see anybody. But usually there tends to be people around. So I'm trying to show you some exploration. Now, I do know that there are some people nearby. Actually, right down here, I believe it's in... Let me look at the map here. Let's come over here. So we should be in Riverside. Okay. You can zoom in, and you'll see we're right here on East Main Street in this green building. And we zoom out, you will see that this is NPC Norshaw's last known position, because we had her being tracked for something. So Aaron Patel is in here. He is not a quest giver, so talking to him, you can only buy things from or sell things to him. And he sells medical stuff, so, you know, antidepressants, antibiotics, things like that. So then, oops, we are just going to jump down the list. Again, I'm not going to be showing you every single NPC, so that way you guys can, you know, kind of explore and find them on your own. I'm kind of just showing you some of the people that are grouped together, so that way you can see where they are and go there if you want to find them. And like I said, there are a couple NPCs around here that you are capable of finding. And then we are going to go to 2746. And then we will teleport to this person. Oh, nice way. And then here you can see that there are 2 NPCs that will give you quests. Dr. Harold Keene and Lena Ortiz. And again, pretty much same missions: extermination, exploration, delivery, exploration, courier, and stuff like that. So that's always great. New missions will appear in 16 hours, 49 minutes. That is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in-game time and not real-life time. Yeah, because that's going pretty quick. So then we can close this. What do you supplies? He has books currently, which is fantastic. And then we can go over here and talk to Lena and see what she has. So she has work, again, basically the same thing. I'm trying to see, they don't have any that's that. Okay. She just refreshed hers because she did originally have a quest that was the timestamped. So then we can see the supplies, and she has medical stuff, and then in 6 days, 24 hours, she will change what she's got going on. So if we look here, we're going to go and look, and we are down here in March Ridge at this blue building here, where there are some NPCs. So that way you guys know where this group is, and then we will teleport again. Let me put in the codes here, and then we will do this. We're gonna teleport right on top of somebody, but that's okay. So then let us deal with this zombie that's here. Okay, they just like freaked out. That was strange. Oh, and there's a zombie inside. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, dang it. Well, there's Martin. Thankfully we didn't kill him. I don't know if we can. We will test it out later before we end to see if it's actually possible. So he does have a bunch of quests here. You can see a bunch of delivery, exploration, courier, and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then, again, supplies, generator, box of batteries, and things. So you could technically, if you have other quests and you want to spend the money, you could go to different NPCs if they have what you need and just buy them and then go through them for a quest just to get better rep. So he's going to get up. And then we will look here and go to this little radio station way up here by Riverside. So if you zoom in, you just come down Long Needle Road or Harder Creek Road, and you can kind of come up and wrap around or follow the trails. And then they're just right up here. Now, there is that. Well, since we're going to be leaving here, let's see what happens. Can we... I don't think it's generally possible to actually kill these guys. Yeah, I'm going to say no. I think he has a set that they're pretty much invincible to players and zombies, which is good to know. And they don't seem to get angry at you or anything like that, which is pretty cool. So let us go, and we will teleport to the next group, which will be... Give me 1 second here. I'm just pulling it up on my phone. So 70... Oops. 7020... Oh, wait. Whoops. That's 820. My bad. 819. And 11886. Okay. So then you got... Well, that was weird. So we do have zombies in here. They don't seem to be interacting or caring about the NPCs, which is cool. I'm invisible to the zombies. That's why they're not really bothering me. So you can see the supplies. He has some ammo, boxes of ammo, military stuff. He has a shotgun, which is fantastic. Extermination, exploration, courier, and stuff like that. So if you want to find these guys, they are actually by the prison. I know that much. So they are down here by the Kentucky State Prison in Rosewood. They're right here at the guard gate. So you can come in here and talk to them, and they'll give you some quests and things. Then we will also teleport to the next location, let's get rid of this, and it will be... oh, crap. 8089 and 11523. Okay. And then in here, you'll see we have some doctors and other things, and this is where I was saying that they're not far from the group that we had seen earlier. So you can see there's a faction down here, and then if you zoom out, we're back in Rosewood, and we're just in this little medical building here. There's 2 NPCs. I don't believe there's a quest giver in here, to my knowledge. I believe it's just these NPCs you can sell to, kind of running the little place in here. And then we will go and teleport to another custom teleport spawn. And then, give me 1 second. So, 11511 and 8842. That scared me. And honestly, because I'm using the coordinates, if you wanted, you could technically just come on here and go to your waypoints and just hit new and put in the waypoints that you see in the video, and then just mark it and you'll see where they are. Oops, wrong thing again. So here is Caleb. We'll talk to Caleb and see kind of work he has. Extermination, courier, exploration. Okay. And then supplies, he's running a fanny pack. He has a high tent. He has some seeds and duffel bags and things, which is cool. And he is over here in Muldrog, all the way at the end of the city, along Dixie Highway, right here at, I do believe, the gas station? If I'm not mistaken? Yeah, the gas station. And he's kind of just chilling here. We will teleport to... let's see. This is 10-863 and 10-046. And there should be a second NPC in here somewhere. What's... interesting, but okay. So if we come here, we are back in Muldrog, and she is at the little medical place here on Diesel Street and South Main Street, which is awesome. Now, there should be someone else pretty close nearby, so she might have wandered outside. This is a pre-existing world, so I might have bugged it a little bit with the updates that he was using to fix things. So, yeah, you may get more than one person at the location. Let me then go to these last couple groups. We have 3 groups left to look at. And then that will be that. But at least then you know kind of where most of the small groups are. What happened? Did we possibly break it? We may have accidentally broken it, chat. It does not want to load. Alright, let me quit real quick and we'll reload right back in. I apologize. But while we're working on this, so altogether there are about 58 NPCs. About 44 of them are actually in like small groups. And then there will be about 14 that are alone. And then yeah, you just gotta kind of find the solo ones around and things like that. And then when you do have the Knox Chronicles installed, you will see here that we have the background. It changes the way you look, which I think is pretty cool. So let's try to continue real quick so I can show you these last 3 small groups of like 2 people. And then we'll get you on out of here, and you can go download the mod and play it and have fun. It's quite a fun mod. And for those wondering, yes, you can play it with bandits. You can play it with the outpost mod. You can play it with a lot of stuff. I've run over 200 mods and I don't really have any issues. I am not sure why all of a sudden my game has decided to break. And there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Well, that stinks. So let me just give you the coordinates to the last three groups, so that way if you would like to put the coordinates on your map, you can go see where they are. So for this other group of two people, it's 10603 and then 9409. The next group will be 55156087, and the last group is 73848352. And that's pretty much all the groups in the mod. Like I said, they all part of different factions, they all have different reputation, and as you increase your reputation, you will get higher tier quests, more rewards, they'll be a bit more difficult. Some of them will be timed and things like that. Now, I know he is working on adding other mods to Knox Chronicles to fit with the selling prices and things. So if there are mods that you play, the pricing might seem a little wonky right now. He is working on adding some of the more popular ones, so give him some time. And like I said, I will add a link to the Discord in the description. And if you have any issues, please just leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I appreciate it.